everybody. So we are playing around with our spider here, and that's a ton of variables that we got to make. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of walk through some of this variable construction here, so that we can make sure we're all on the same page. Okay, so I'm starting off here. I've created my new FSM. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead over here and make sure to call this patrolling. That sounds probably better. And I'll give it a description. Spider is patrolling its area. That sounds cool. Let's see, I'm going to go to a state. I'm not going to worry about the state. I'm not really building that part in this right here. I'm going to go ahead and come over here to events. So let's go ahead and create the out of bounds event like so, and then we've got a list of variables we're going to need. So I'm going to come over here to variables, and I'm going to start off with the first one I want is going to be index. It is going to be of type integer, and I will add that. Alright, next one I want is going to be finish range of type float. I will add that guy, and then once it's added, I'll go ahead and tick my inspector right there, and I'm going to go ahead and throw a tooltip on this as well. And this tooltip is going to be how close spider must get to target before selecting new target. Let's do that. Before selecting new target. Before how close must get to target to be considered to have arrived. Let's do that. Okay, now let me just kind of show you what I did right there really quick. So we're going to come over here, grab our spider. Here's our patrolling. Notice it has a finish range right here, right? And if I hover over it, there, I point at my TV, yeah, or point at my monitor, that makes sense. So there, right there, you can see the tooltip. And that tooltip just nicely reminds me when I'm working with this later, or somebody else that might be working with it, what's going on? What is this variable for? Okay, so that's cool. Let's see, we're going to need a move speed. So let's make another one. Move the speed. This is also going to be a float. Let's add that guy. Let's make it an inspector. And let's call this how fast the spider moves. There we go. Okay, we've got another one. This is going to be next target, and it is going to be of type game object. Right there it is. We're going to add that. And now we've got this chunk of arrays that we have to do. So we're going to go with this new variable. We're going to call this waypoints. And on our drop down right here, we're going to go find array. And we're going to hit add. So we've added an array, but so basically an array, as was mentioned, is a list of things, right? And I don't really want to call it a list too much, because a list is another data type as well. But for our initial thinking here, it's easiest for us to think of an array as kind of being a list of items for right now, okay? So all we've done is we've told Playmaker that I want an array. But I haven't told Playmaker what am I going to put in the array. Now the thing about arrays is that I can't store all different things. It's got to be the same type of things. It's got to be an array of integers, or an array of game objects, or an array of strings, or an array of floats, whatever. It has to be they have to be the same type. So that's why once we've got array and we see our properties down here, we have this array type right here, which is currently it's a float. I don't want a float. I want to store game objects that are going to be waypoints out in the scene. So I can go here to game object, and then I can specify how many I want. In this case, I want 4 of them. Okay, it is also going to be inspector, so I can access it in the inspector. And then in my tooltip, I'm going to go ahead and do a list. I'm going to call it array of waypoints for the spider to patrol. Alright, there we go. So we've got our variables, inspector. So we've got our variables created, right? So let me close this out. And now you can see here's my finish range, my move speed, and my waypoints down there. And if I come out here, I just get into my scene view a little bit better. Probably should have gone ahead and constructed my actual waypoints beforehand, but I didn't. So let's go ahead, game object. I'm going to create, for right now, I'm going to do an empty object, and I'm going to put him down here. I'm going to call you spider waypoint 01, and then I will copy that. Just do a Control D to copy it, and let's put this one over here. Let's call this spider waypoint 02. All right, let's copy it again, move it up over to there. We'll call you spider waypoint 03. And then let's do one more of these. And we'll move you over to here. And we'll call you spider waypoint 04, like so. All right, now then, if I go back into where'd I go? My spider, and bring up, I don't need to go into Playmaker. So here's my elements. So I can just grab spider waypoint 01, drop it down into element 1, waypoint 02, waypoint 03, and now I've populated my my variables with my various waypoints. Okay, so we've got our variables set up. We have our variables and we have our event. So we are ready to start building this state machine over here so that we can get our spider to patrol our area as we want. Okay, any questions? Just post them down below.